Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. I'm TJ O'Connor. With me, as always, Damian the Wolverine Hill. Trash Talk is joined tonight by Prinston Cameron. We're here to discuss his training, martial arts, everything in between. Trash Talk is brought to you by our sponsors, Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Strings Tattoo, Origin Wellness CBD, Spartan Martial Arts, the Striking Institute, James Clark Sports Psychology and Hypnosis Therapy, the Fighters, and my mom. Prinston, how are you doing today, man? Thanks for joining us.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Man, doing good. Can't complain. And I see you're joined by another guest. Who is that?
This is my youngest, my baby boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, hard to get rid of him.
he loves hanging with Dad. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess a bunch of time now that we're all in quarantine and stuff. How is this situation?
How's it been? Well, I'm sorry.
How's the situation? Sorry.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm sorry.
No, you're
No.
fine. No, I was saying, how's the situation been going for you? I guess spending a lot more time with the family. I guess I'd assume.
Yeah, it sucks. You know, it's kind of normal because I'm kind of a homebody, so
Yeah.
either gym and work, home, kind of routine. But yeah, it sucks though, man. Just stopping your everyday routine, coming to a sudden stoppage. And, I like being busy. It's hard just to idle. Your thoughts are everywhere. And your body just start twitching because you're not moving every day. The muscle memory. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I guess with the current situation, not being able to train, you've actually been training and been competing for a long time. I actually didn't know about your previous kickboxing background until your previous fight, or until leading up to your previous fight. But could you give us a little bit of a rundown of your martial arts background?
Well, surprisingly, I don't have much. Only done one season of wrestling in high school. But other than that, the only training I've been doing is roofer sport, and that's going on 2 years in May.
Okay.
I don't have like a significant background of much of anything.
Okay, well, maybe I was misled because I thought that you had a kickboxing background, and I mean, I guess based off some of your past fights and how you came on this last one, I was like, shit, this motherfucker has some deep background roots. I mean, some deep kickboxing background roots.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that just came with being known for training at Duke Rufus. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Rufus Sport is known for striking. I did Muay Thai this past 2019, the summertime. But that was like my first striking competition ever, So I'm pretty new, bro. I'm a rookie, when it comes to martial art, all the way across the board. I feel like I'm a rookie. Like I know pretty much nothing. So
Man.
I don't know. I'm just trying to I don't know. Man, I don't know how to describe it, but
That's what most people say anyway, too, is like the more you start to train and the more you start to know, you start to realize you don't know shit.
Yeah.
yeah, you don't. Yeah. And then I've been in the gym, I'm in the gym with top names, and when they give me some credit or, a little respect, it's just like no, like I know nothing compared to you guys. Like these guys been doing it their whole life or, 10 years plus, it's just, I couldn't imagine even trying to act like I know as much or more, like, I don't know. It gives you a perspective of life, bro, and just respect, it humbles you a lot, Martial arts changed my life a lot, I've only been, like I said, I've only been doing it for 2 years now, and my life drastically changed, in ways that I didn't even expect.
Well, I mean, we don't have to get too much into detail if you don't want to, but what was everyday life for you before you started training, and then after you started training? what's the biggest change?
Before I was just not doing much, bro. Like, just being a bum, just working and just average Joe, not chasing any dreams, just being basic, and I have children, and they wrestle, and that kind of motivated me too, like I want to be able to help them more. I didn't want to just be the sideline dad, I want to be able to come home and critique some things, give them some pointers like, hey, I know this works because I work, I don't want to just, I don't know, I feel like the best leaders lead by example, and I don't want to, my children, like I said, is the biggest one of like my biggest motives. I didn't want to just have expectations of them and not be willing to do it myself. If that makes sense.
Oh, I feel like that makes the most sense. Seeing that and being able to, like you said, want to be able to feel confidently in what you're passing on, especially to your children. When you made that decision to start, you want to get into grappling, what was the full like jump off the edge? I'm gonna get in a cage and fight a guy. When you went from like your quote being a bum to just getting in there, immersing yourself with, some of the top talent in the world, and obviously the growth has been exponential in such a short period of time.
When I went to the gym, I really didn't have expectations to fight. I really didn't know what to expect. But immediately, one of the coaches, and Coach Joe, he was like, "Hey, bro, you want to fight?" I was like, let's just see where this goes, because it was like maybe like my first week or within the first month for sure. But I was just like, let me progress a little bit more. Let me get hit first, let me see what it feels like, to do a little more. And then he was just like, bro, you can do it, and I was just like, okay. He's like, I'm not shitting you. He's like, I don't want to make it sound easy to you, but I believe you can do it, and I'm like, yeah, but as time went on, like the biggest thing to me with training is being uncomfortable. Yeah. So like, I just had to just like, that was my mind frame, like every day, be uncomfortable, because being comfortable is like you're scared, you're timid, you're not really developing, you're not really putting yourself out there, because when you go to a gym like Rufus Sport and you see these black belts and brown belts and blue belts, and it's tapping everybody out and it fucking hurts, getting choked, and you kind of, you're like, whoa, a little bit, you have a second thought, so. Yeah, it was just progression, man. Just training every day and just getting more comfortable. Just training with some of the, like I said, some of the top names, and getting feedback from them and vibes from them. Yeah. And then one day Duke just asked me, do I want to fight? And I was just like, you think it's a good idea? He was like, sure. And I was like, well, sure. And then it was on from there. Man. I think I'm addicted now.
Oh, hell yeah. I love it because it's I can't remember who originally said this quote. Like, they deserve a lot of credit because I think it's a good one. But in fighting, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and that's when you start to know that you're actually ready to go into a fight, because winning's comfortable as shit, but being on the receiving end is pretty fucking uncomfortable,
Right.
So get comfortable being uncomfortable, and Duke's seen that in you, and once he did, you believed it and you went right on into it. I guess when you started getting into training, because you had a little bit of a wrestling background, but what did you think your style would be, and how would you describe your style right now?
So that's a question I've been asking myself a lot, and I even asked a couple coaches, but I feel like I'm just like an open style, bro. Like, I don't mind, like, I feel like I'm a fighter, so yeah. When you fight, it goes anywhere, to the ground, to stand up, and I don't want to get too comfortable being like I'm a striker or I'm a grappler, and I don't want to be, I don't know, I feel like that's just kind of dimensional, I want to be versatile, I want to be prepared and comfortable with anything. So I don't know, I would just say open. I like striking, I like grappling, I like being clinching, I like it all. So if I had a preference, I would maybe say maybe striking, maybe. You know, yeah, yeah.
I think that's the fan favorite, and it's so I don't know, like can't really explain it like how you were trying to say earlier. It's like you either get it or you don't. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and then okay, so next question though is weight, because we talked about style. What weight? Because you fought at a few different weight classes, I believe.
Yeah, and the first fight I only had two MMA fights. The first fight, I really wasn't aware of that fight. I knew it was a catch weight,
Yep.
but I guess it was at 205. I thought it was like 195.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still don't know. I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Right.
But, I feel like I'm a middleweight. I walk around in my 90s, 195-ish. I really don't break the 200 mark. Now I'm over 200 because this is the first time I've been inactive in like over 2 years. So I'm definitely over 200 now. That's depressing. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I'm a middleweight, but I don't mind the 205 because like I can get, or I am strong enough to handle that. I feel like the strength takes up the mass or makes up for that, but I don't mind, bro. Whatever. I'm in there, bro.
Oh yeah, I think your frame, especially at 185, and you're a big 185er, and I feel like that obviously, as long as you feel comfortable making it, because I feel like there's no point in killing yourself for an amateur fight, especially. But if you're comfortably making 85, then I think I would say from an outside perspective that's where I'd see you next. And obviously, speaking of next, we're in the weirdest pause in the history of ever.
Yeah.
You kind of mentioned earlier, you fell in love with the game, you're addicted to the game. Realistically, it all plays out well. When this is done, how soon after this is done and you get back into the gym, do you think you're going to be itching and ready for a fight?
So that's how I'm staying prepared now, because I want to be one of the first guys that on that first round that goes. I don't want to be that group that's like took the wrong advantage of this break, and started eating and got fat, I'm taking advantage of the break myself, healing up a few nagging injuries, nagging pains and whatnot. But I'm staying active because I want to go. I want to get 4 more fights in this year, so that's still my goal. If I can make that happen, I want at least 4 to 6 more fights this year. So. Yeah. So as soon as they say doors open, I'm gonna be the first one in line. Coach, let's go. Hand wraps on. I miss this shit.
I hope this. I hope this. I can make this sound as least insulting as possible. Because I don't mean it to be insulting at all. But in fighting, it's one of those things where the saying goes, "You're only as good as your last performance." Is this one of those things where you want to get back in there and let everybody know that you're way better your last performance? Because I've seen you fight cage side to side. People know exactly how we don't know how good you are. We know the potential, but is that a motivating factor that wants you to get back into the cage as soon as possible too?
That's definitely part of it, but even if I would have won the fight, bro, I think I still had the same, hunger for it, So, the loss is definitely fuel, to get better, critique some things, like I already know I need to critique some things, but now let's be more specific, I can, be a little bit more detailed, so yeah, that's part of it. But like I said, bro, I'm addicted to the game, bro. So win or lose, draw, whatever, what's next? That's all. Okay, what's next? What's next? So I go from Muay Thai to the Jiu-Jitsu to the MMA to whatever's next. Like I'm willing, because I feel like that's the only way you get better is experience.
Oh hell yeah, for real. That's the only way to learn is baptism by fire. You're a fighter. That's I love it. I'm thankful.
You're kind of cutting out, Damien. You want to repeat that maybe?
Oh,
yeah, that on my end too.
Yeah, my bad. I was just saying, like, I appreciate you for being comfortable enough to answer my question, and that, like you said it earlier, you're a fighter, no matter what, win, lose, or draw. It's like I want that next one now. And I guess, how soon do you think it's gonna be? Like, I mean, it keeps changing every day how long this quarantine is gonna be. Are you just excited, like, finally, when they finally just unleash this quarantine, that just to be back in the gym surrounded by all the teammates and everything? And
Yeah,
man, I know I can't wait.
yeah. Getting back to normal life is would definitely be pleasing. Get back to the martial art world is just like family, bro. Like, I made family over there, so I'm missing everybody. Even the people that I didn't talk to, like I miss seeing their work ethic. Because it's all inspirational and motivating. So spending that, seeing everybody work to get better. Self. It's just I need it, bro. I love it. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully it's over soon, man. They with these dates, yeah, you don't know what it's gonna be, man. It's hard. I have no clue.
Man, that's the scariest or weirdest part, however you want to word it, because I feel like it's both scary and weird. Like it's
Yeah. Yeah, scary and weird. It's scary not knowing, and it's weird that it's taking place. So yeah.
Yeah, hopefully signs are pointing upwards, but I mean, it's definitely by far the weirdest thing we've ever been a part of. It feels like we're in the middle of like a bad sci-fi movie with a horrible script about the mysterious disease and all the toilet paper disappearing. And it just makes no sense, but hopefully we pull through here as quick as possible. And luckily, signs seem to be pointing that way. So, I mean, hopefully we can see you back in the cage here, maybe late spring, early summer. Just before we do wrap it up tonight, Princeton, always like to give an open platform just to thank any teammates, sponsors, family, anybody outside of the gym that's just been there for you, through your martial arts journey over these last couple fights, and anybody you want. The platform's open and yours.
Um. Wow. Just want to say thank you. I mean, to everyone. That's included with my martial arts journey. Everyone gives, in some form or fashion. Rufus Sport, like they're definitely one of the best gyms around. I've been to a nice share of gyms throughout the country, West Coast, East Coast, and whatnot. And Rufus Sports, in my opinion, is definitely one of the better ones, for several different reasons. So that's a blessing to be a part of that, in itself. And that's it. I thank you guys for having me on. I don't know. I'm thankful, man, for the whole experience. Like even being on LFA, like that. I'm grateful for that. That's part of my story, and it doesn't matter how it ends. Like it's just I don't know. It's hard to explain,
this
bro.
isn't it.
Yeah, it's not over.
This isn't the
Yeah, it's just a
you know.
chapter. It's just a chapter of the book.
It's not,
And I mean, I'm looking forward to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm far, far, far from done, man. I'm far
Yeah.
from done. I can't wait. Like the last fight, like not to bring. I mean, I don't know, but like I feel like that was the most disappointing to me is that it was so short because I wanted that test. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to test my cardio. I wanted to test my endurance and my wheel and everything. And I still want that test. I'm still up for that challenge. I still want to know what I got. So far, far from done, man. I love it. I love doing this. Everything is a joy. So we'll be seeing, like I said, each other a lot.
Oh, man, no, that's beautiful.
Wait. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I can't wait to see what's next. And but you thanked us for having you on, dude. Thank you for being on. We are nothing without the fighters. This is what we love to do. And TJ, do you want to sign us off with the final words?
100%. And like Damien stole the words exactly like I said, man. Thank you for your time. We're looking forward to seeing how the book progresses. Be sure to reach back out to us once the games turn back on and everybody's fighting again before your next fight, and we'll be sure to get you back on. But in the meantime, man, I appreciate you, and best of luck to the fans out there. You know the drill by now. What am I saying? Like this video, subscribe to Trash Talk with Damien and TJ. Do not be a hoe.